Hello everyone, this is Free and we are back with another Next Fest game. What we have is a Trainee Death Simulator, which we want to do is training to be a harvester of souls. So we'll go ahead and start out this demo and see how things work out. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get started. In the Oh, you're sleeping? In the impenetrable darkness, your senses begin to coalesce once more, and your consciousness gradually return. The chill of the stone beneath you was uncomfortable. Where am I? Zartov, the Great Death. This is the Death Tower. Totakan, I am Zolto, the Great Death, and I wait here in accordance with the prophecy. Prophecy? The prophecy I sing, the first trainee death awakens. They will fulfill the will of the Lord of the Night and ultimately bring it back. Okay, what are you talking about? You are born a death in charge of souls, and you'll make countless choices to practice this path. Now, here comes the first one. You will have the pride and honor of the death faith for all eternity. No, don't think so. Really? Alright, let's do it again. Wait. Your awareness gently dissipates, drifting like a feather into the expanse of ocean, ultimately sinking until the serene embrace of an icy oceanium. Amidst boundless darkness, from nothingness arose the One, and chaos gave way to creation. In the impenetrable darkness, your senses begin to coalesce once more, and your consciousness gradually return. The chill of the stone beneath you was uncomfortable. Okay, who am I? This is the Death Tower, Tolokan. I am Zoto, the Great Death, and I wait here in accordance with the prophecy. Okay, I don't understand. The prophecy I sing, the first trainee death awakens. They will fulfill the will of the Lord of the Night and ultimately bring it back. I'm a trainee death. You're born a death in charge of souls, and you will make countless choices to practice this path. Now, here comes the first one. Will you have the pride and honor of the death faith for eternity? Okay, I do. This represents your death faith. Making choices that benefit Death Tower will increase it, while the opposite will decrease it. You will have the most resilient soul, and either the beast nor ancient gods will be able to break your energy. Okay, I do. This represents your energy. Taking action will decrease it, while opposite will increase it. You will have strength to punish everything, and all the world will bow down to you. I do. This represents your strength, harvesting souls, and training will increase it, while the opposite will decrease it. You will have the heart that discern goodness from evilness, and the sorrows and joys of the world could not shake your emotions anymore. All right, I do. This represents your evilness. No one can judge what is good or evil. You make your own choices. Remember, once any of your attributes reaches its peak, there is no returning back to the Lord of the Night. Losing the qualifications, you will merely serve as fuel for the Death Tower. You understand? You may leave now. Leave. As you exit the room, a crimson-hued sky looms overhead, and before your eyes stretches an endless expanse of ancient stone walls, meticulously crafted from rock panels. Together, they form labyrinthine structure remnants of a beehive, with chambers interconnecting in an intricate pattern that seems to stretch on forever. They, yeah, it is stunning views. This is the middle level of the Death Tower, the room of the Trainee Deaths, where you awaken each time you return from the real world. Another voice rings out behind you. Who? I am Shatal, the Great Death, in charge of souls and death. I will show you your duties of the death. In this world, there is a dreamland. When a creature dies in the real world, its soul is captured by the dreamland. Any unclaimed souls scattered in the dreamland may be devoured by the dream monsters and become their nourishment. If so, there will become a day when they will have enough power to break out of the dreamland and pose a threat to the real world. It is the duty of the death is to prevent souls from scattering, and they will be collected and offered to the Death Tower. We absorb souls, gaining power and immortality in order to maintain the delicate balance between reality and dreamland. You will undergo an observation period at the Death Tower, and afterward I will judge whether or not you are able to travel to the real world to harvest souls. Any other opinions? No. Battle disappears with this voice in air. Okay. Death Tower Year 1. Make your choices carefully to get through the inspection period. Acquaintance with a devout death. Acquaintance with a belligerent death. The Trainee Death. My friend, do you know the Death Tower's rank and yank system? If you don't harvest enough souls, you'll be optimized. I'm still in the observation period. What? All trainee deaths are required to turn in enough souls for a specific number of years. Oh wait, what's going on? I think you can take this. It won't work on another trainee death, but it'll get you through the observation period. Oh, guarantee letter. Would not end the career as a death due to extreme attributes. Okay, would not end the career as a death due to extreme attributes. Okay, let's see. Close you down. You look around the ancient stone walls as the sounds of other trainee deaths awaken one by one in the other rooms. What are you going to do in order to be able to pass the observation period? Trainee death practice. Have you ever tried meditation, imagining you are doing something? Nothing. Do you know 44? Her religion could spell disaster for the Death Tower. Whatever. You approach the edge of the Tower of Death, where a vast expanse of reddish brown wilderness stretches out before you. The fierce wind cuts through you with a sharp pain. Okay, I walk forward. The time has not come. Going out now leads to nothing but death. Can death die? No, but your consciousness will return to the Death Tower and undergo a physical remodeling and awaken again. I promise you won't like it. Fine. I brought you some protein powder. Try it. Okay, I'll eat. Counter update. Acquaintance with belligerent death. Are you awake? Let's get started with some strength training sets. Come on. What do you think of Lord Zacto? She doesn't seem to be harvesting souls at all. He's busy. Need a worker for 108 hours straight, overtime pay included. Anyone but me. I found a new trainee deaths who are disloyal to the death tower. I'm gonna kill them. Let them enjoy themselves for a few days. A great death. If you find it a bit difficult, I can give you some help. I agree. Ouch. Mandatory participation in the trainee death intensive. Receive. Reply. Uh, read. No reply. Okay, I'll reply. You have been in the death tower long enough. It's time to go to the real world and harvest souls. Okay? Finally. Before that, you need to settle your debts. You need to surrender 1,000 souls during your time in the death tower. Please pay it off in 20 years. What? Okay, what? Maybe you don't like term debt. For the survival of the Death Tower, Death needs to turn in souls regularly to ensure that we have enough strength to fight when a crisis comes. Continue. Remember, the Death shoulders the balance between the two worlds, and for that reason you need to collect a large number of souls, which is the mission of every death. Hey, what does it got to do with me? It's not a matter of will, it's a matter of what you were born for. You'll understand this sooner or later. First thing I'm going to teach you, prepare to call up your weapon and chant with me. There I will prepare. Death intertwines with evil, darkening the circle of light. Life harmonizes with virtue, tolling the bell of fate's light. My side doth reap the world's bounty with each swing decisive and true. Yet prosperity's realm, though vast, fades to the void. Its end I do misdo summon. Okay, we summon. A sigh slashes in the air, curling swiftly and then halting firmly before me. Hold it. Who costume Death's Eye. Gain 10 souls when awakening wearing this costume. Okay, I'll dress up. You obtain a costume. You can change it in the dress up section at the top left corner of the screen. Alright. We. Alright. This is your side. Use it to store harvest souls. Otherwise, the souls will be absorbed by the dream world after escaping beyond capture. Is there any other way? Moreover, the rate of dispersation of souls, once condensed into liquid, is significantly reduced. Yet, the living beings of this realm resort to alchemy, an insufficient means to compress souls with minimal success. The deaf, however, disdains such methods. We were born as the very masters of souls. Condensed soul to liquid. They can absorb the energy of souls and use it as currency, simply because souls condensed into liquid are extremely rare, and those souls are no use to them. Why don't we rob them? Cello's expression suddenly become brilliant. Death's duty is to harvest souls, not to actively kill. But if you want to kill, I won't stop you. So how can we get more souls? That's the second thing I'm going to teach you. Make a contract with people. Let them provoke disputes and start wars, which is far more efficient than your own move. Uh, got it. Well then, what will happen to those people? Don't overthink it. Just take what you need. They will know they need to bear the consequences of doing evil for their sins. One last thing. Zoltov will use the prophecy to give out hints pointing to the location of those dying, which is your most common and effective means of harvesting. Okay, I got it. Then go to the mortal realm, absence of any foreseen circumstances. Return to the Death Tower every 20 years to deliver the collected souls. Yeah, go to the real world. Trainee, Supreme Master, Spirit, as you are heading towards a city destroyed by war, this snail elf suddenly appears in front of you. I am accumulating virtue, my young friend. I advise you to turn back. The residents of the city still have a chance to survive. I go forward. The city's blazing fire was suddenly extinguished by water falling from the sky. When you looked up, you saw the snail elf rescuing those humans affected by the fire. My young friend, forgiveness is a virtue. Even you, as a deaf god, should follow the natural laws and not defy the heavens. This is your fault. We are compassionate as well. We need to accumulate merit and virtue and turn to the authorized Supreme Master. Why don't you release life with your own merit and virtue? I don't want to become the last one. Then I might be killed by the Great Death. It's said that all the colleagues who disappeared before. That's a rumor. Emmy Spirit Sob, our Fish clan can only become dragons by jumping over the dragon's gate. The world of dragons must be wonderful, right? None of our ancestors turned into dragons has ever returned. You've been fooled. Sage. 5 innocent people are tied to the train tracks. A runaway trolley is heading towards them, and you can pull the lever to switch the trolley to another track. But there's one person tied to the track too. You pull the lever. Let the train drift and you take all 6 souls. That seems more practical. Ouch. Give me a little more time. I need to convey the news of victory back to my country. You already did? Or only by your soul? Yeah, only by your soul. The dying believer. Oh, our great king. He was personally involved by the god Anubis, waiting resurrection in the afterlife. Yet those foolish Europeans actually ground him into power and consumed him. Revenge against Europe? I'll send you to him. How about revenge against Europe? I figured that would have got me some more, but that didn't work, darn it. Humanity's pursuit of knowledge will only lead to disastrous consequences. Let's burn this library down together. Before my eyes, the Library of Alexandria, which has survived numerous wars. flickering lights are like stars in the wilderness. Set the fire. As you pass by a magnificent palace, you see a prince directing his servants to whip a dark goat. Beat him hard, make him willing to take the blame. The prince shouts. Say the dark goat. Person to be harvested. I don't want to die yet. Can I trade the lives of my brothers for mine? I agree. These spirits have broken their contract with humans, causing madness among them and suffering backlash themselves. I will take these elves away. But what should be done about these humans? I'll handle it. Child of the Green God. Two strange rabbits are holding up an enormous pumpkin. A pumpkin that is said to be able to transform into a carrot-sized one. Although the pumpkin looks good, you're not a vegetarian. Eat the pumpkin, zombie girl. I play a zombie in a theater trope, but I often get criticized for not playing it well. Remember to bite. I think that's what it is. Remember to bite. Your evenness has reached its peak. Your killing impulse and deceptive words continuously turn the real world into a sea of flames. Avatar disaster. You have been deemed the most evil trainee death in history. A figure in the Death Tower that everyone fears and avoids. Increasingly, you find it hard to rein in your actions, gradually losing yourself and miss the thrill of evil doing. Yes, it seems to me I've only made it to number 12. Trainee Death ID is 1. Only 11 years and I surrendered no souls. Yes, it seems that I very as a bad job as a deaf trainee. But if you feel like you can do better and you feel like this game is fun for you, I say try out the demo and see if you can do better than me. So what I'm gonna say is have a nice day and enjoy yourself in the next fest demos.